What's up, y'all? So, I just wanted to come by real quick because so many times we have such intense emotions that can actually feel as though we have no way to decrease them, control them, and it just gets all out of sorts and control, right? And that's when we get into what's up, Shelton? Blessings to you. So excited to see you. And we talking about just being able to decrease the intensity of our emotions. It's a fun skill to learn, Shelton, for real. So hopefully you can hang around for a moment. In previous videos, can you hear me okay, Shelton? I don't know if you're still here, but hopefully you can. Good deal. Okay. So, like in previous videos, we've talked about cognitive distortions. We've talked about just the impact. What's up, Rod Neil? Blessings to you. So excited to see you. I know it's late, y'all, but y'all already know it's all love. I appreciate y'all. So, we've explored cognitive distortions. We explored why we have them. We've also explored just even the conditioning that may have taken place even from childhood, those developmental years. And we're adults now, right? But all of us have something in common. All of us have had intense emotions where we kind of get to a place where it's like, man, I just need to calm down. It's not good for your overall health. Some of you, I'm sure y'all already know that. It's not good to get there and stay there. What's up, autism boy? Blessings to you. So happy to see you. So, we're going to learn the tip skill, and I'm so excited to teach this skill to y'all. Tip skill is just as you saw in the description, TIPP. The T is so cool because it comes from science. So, I like to give people the reason why that a certain skill may prove beneficial. The T is talking about temperature. Have any of you ever tried anything like that? Sometimes you may take a cold shower. Other times you might take a hot shower. You might drink hot tea. You might step outside for a minute just to change the temperature. Anybody ever tried that? Okay, I'm gonna keep going then. So I'm sure all of you have seen in news at some point or another where somebody is, they're walking on one of those ponds that have now they're frozen over and they end up falling in. The T tricks the brain. What's up, Stormy B man? So happy to see you, Sensei. So happy to see you. I told everybody, Stormy, I know it's late, and typically I don't do this late, but I am grateful for you. DP Rocka, what's up? Blessings to you, family. So happy to see you. Y'all are here just in time. I never look at it as being late, but I look at it as just being right on time. So that T says temperature. Okay, we're talking about the tip skill, TIPP. It was not a typo at all. Now let's get back to that. You ever seen people, you hear about them falling in, you know, the pond that has been frozen over? What happens in that moment where they're able to survive is our body will actually automatically begin to lessen the heart rate. Okay, it'll begin to slow down because it's going into survival mode. And that's what needs to happen in order to survive those frigid temperatures. It's no different, y'all. If y'all find yourselves being overwhelmed by any stress, any emotion, any anxiety, change your temperature. The brain and the body will work together. No different than that person who maybe fell in to a pond of nothing but ice. I mean, that's the scariest thing. I couldn't imagine. First off, I wouldn't be out there anyway, but hey, you know, some people like to take those chances, not I. But all you have to do is even take a cold washcloth, apply it to your forehead, and the body and brain will work together to decrease that heart rate, to decrease the anxiety. Try it sometimes. Takes only a second. Cold shower does the same thing. I've worked with some people who, what's up, follower? No, man. Blessings to you. So happy to see you. I've worked with some people who actually prefer to submerge their face in like a bowl of cold water. Obviously, you ain't trying to stay down there, to prove no Guinness, world record type stuff, but just a few seconds just to get the mind and the body to work together to decrease that which we're feeling. What's up, Snoopy Mac, my VA family? Nice to see you. Y'all are just making my heart smile right now. For real, for real. So that's the tea, y'all. Very simple. Change the temperature. You can even do this by drinking something hot. Hot tea. Not everybody drinks coffee, right? But you can have some hot tea in that moment and it'll do the same thing. Let's move on to the I. Intense workout or exercise. I know a lot of you love exercising. I know a lot of you talk about being in the gym. 20 minutes of intense exercise, y'all, can do the same thing. Think about it. Think about, I don't know if any of you, I know for me, I will be like, okay, I'm going to get my workout in. I'm going to, get this exercise in, get that cardio going. And, it's like such a drag for me before I start. But how good do you feel after you finish? And that's your proof in that. So I encourage anyone that is exercising and you have a routine, keep doing that. Or as DP Rocka said, keep making it do what it do. I've always wanted to say that. Thank you, DP Rocka, for doing that. You and Shelton tripped me out. So a lot of y'all do work out. 20 minutes is all it takes, y'all, to actually decrease whatever intense emotion or anxiety specifically that we may be feeling, stress, pressure, life. That's all it takes. But it's just funny to me how it's so much harder to get into a routine. But after you work out, you feel amazing. Just the endorphins, everything that is released. Let's move on to the first P. That first P says paced breathing. And I know you probably hear it all the time. You want to do some deep breathing. That's going to be so helpful to just calm down the nervous system. With intentionality, it definitely is. But I would encourage you to try it in a different way. Not just the deep breathing where we're using the diaphragm and we're breathing in deeply. Breathe in through your nose, intentionally hold that for 2 seconds. So you breathe in through the nose, hold it, and when you release for 4 seconds. The art in this is you want the inhale to be longer and the exhale to be longer than even the inhale. So we don't want to just breathe in and breathe out. No, we want to hold that. I hope that makes sense. Just a different way of doing paced breathing. Okay. Now, I already made a video regarding the last P, and that is about progressive muscle relaxation. This can be so beneficial because what we're doing is we are tensing our muscles. All right. So just to give you an example, when I first start using this type of skill, I'll say, right now, you obviously want to be in a relaxed state, a relaxed space, if you will. And what you do is you tense your fist, right? Tighten them up. You pull them towards, right, your shoulders, and you hold it. You breathe in, and when you breathe out, think of the word relax, and you just allow your muscles to become limp. You want to do this for each of your muscles. Now, I will tell you, like I told you in that video, if you have muscles that are already bothering you, if you have injuries, don't tense those muscles, please. Do yourself a favor, right? Any questions about this skill so far? What's up to my amazing big brother? What's up? I'm so happy you're here. That's my big brother, y'all. My big brother. BF, I done already gone through the skill now. It was just me popping in to teach that skill real quick. I've already completed it. I do want to love you to life as well, BF, my big brother. So just to leave y'all, because I like to always tell people why we do something. I don't like to just throw out verbiage and all of these clinical terms and not tell you why. You know, sometimes that's where therapists, we can make that mistake and we assume that everyone just knows, right? The reason for this tip skill is because when we become in that heightened state, I'm sure all of you have heard me speak about that fight, flight, or freeze response. What's happening in our body is it's our nervous system, y'all, that is being affected, right? It's almost like a glitch. And what we're trying to do is get to a place where we can relax that fight or flight mode and get it back to that parasympathetic mode where we're more calmer, we're more relaxed, even if it means we have to trick the brain to thinking that we're in a crisis, like we said, possibly drowning in ice cold pond water, right? You trick the brain. And naturally, that which you're experiencing on the inside will begin to decrease. The heart rate will decrease. The panic will decrease. Yeah, I really look forward to hearing just anybody that ends up trying. What's up, BBO? Blessings to you, man. I'm so excited you could come through. So excited you could come through. Yeah, so blessings to each of you that were able to join in for this last minute live. I really hope that I didn't miss anyone. I think I've gotten better with, lowering my anxiety because I am quite shy. So this is a lot for me. All right, y'all. I hope that you all have a wonderful night. Wherever you are, it might still be daytime. I don't know. But I do pray that for all of you. I pray that if you're about to go to sleep, you have a restful sleep tonight. Always remember that even if your belief system is that we may have been reincarnated, right? And we are actually doing life again and again. Always keep in mind that you still are doing it for the first time in this shell. I say that because I want all of you to continue. Hi, Duncan Carter. Blessings to you. To be gentle with yourself. Extend to yourself that which you constantly extend to others. You know, what's the point in pouring out on everyone else and your glass remains empty? Nah, it's not selfish. It allows you to be all that you would love to be for others, for those that you care about. So be gentle, Keep in mind, we're doing this thing called life for the very first time. Blessings to you always. What'd you say, BF? That's the toughest thing in the world for me. I'm hearing you. I receive that, Snoopy Matt. I really do. I receive that. Y'all continue to walk boldly, even when you feel weak. Sometimes that is when we are actually our strongest. Just think about that. It's all in perception. I'll see y'all next time. All right, blessings.